If you find that you are crippled by fear and it really plays a role in holding you back in life, in this video I want to talk about a couple of things that might help you overcome fear and a different way of looking at it that can really help you elevate yourself and your life and transmute that fear into growth or into becoming the version of yourself that you ultimately want to become. And it all starts with this quote by Carl Jung, and he said, "Where your fear is, there your task is." And this quote is very empowering because it just helps you look at the fear in a different way. You can look at it as a teacher or as a lesson rather than as something to run away from. And it's been very valuable for me in my life to look at fear this way, no matter what it is, because it has helped me transmute that fear, alchemize that fear into growth, into expansion, into helping me live life with more inner peace, by helping me create the life that I want to live, overcome the obstacles that hold me back. Because a lot of times what holds us back is fear, is doubt, is our own mind. And something that's really helped me overcome the fear is realizing that the fear isn't happening outside of me. It's happening within myself, within my own mind. And the moment I began to understand that is the moment I began to realize that if I had the power to create the fear, I also have the power to destroy the fear, to get rid of it, to no longer keep the fear alive. Because as I said, fear is always in our head, unless it's, you're getting chased by a bear or you're in a life-threatening situation. There's really nothing to be scared of. Yet a lot of times our body responds to the fear and our mind creates fear as if it is a life-threatening situation. And we act accordingly. We get into that fight or flight response. Our perception shrinks and we're living from this dysregulated nervous system. But by stopping in the heat of the fear, whatever it is, and being aware that this fear is happening within my own mind in the way that I'm relating to something, you have the chance to separate yourself from the thoughts, from the story that is creating the fear. If you can do this, it'll be one of the most empowering skill sets or skills that you can build within yourself to dismantle the fear so it doesn't grip you and pull you down. And not only that, but recognizing that, this fear is the path forward. Like that quote, it is showing you where your task is. That fear, that doubt, whatever it's revolved around, a task or something, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about for you in your life, that is the thing that will set you free. That's the thing that will catapult you into the life that you want to live. It's the mountain to climb. And sometimes it feels like a mountain, but it's actually a molehill. That's the funny thing about fear is it's this illusion. It's like fog. It's there when you're driving on the road or when you're walking. You see it at a distance, it's there. And then you move into it and you realize it just kind of dissolves when you move into it. And it is the most liberating thing you can do. Fear is like anything else, I guess. It grows the more that you feed it. And feeding it is allowing it to control you and what you do or what you don't do. And the more you feed it, the more you water it, the more it becomes a mountain in your mind and within your body. But if you can just not even give it a chance to grow by moving into it immediately, you own your own life. Fear is not owning you anymore. So that's one thing that I really realized is the more we hesitate out of fear or don't take action or whatever that is, allow fear to control us, the bigger that fear becomes every single time. It's like the more time that goes by putting something off or avoiding something, the more that fear has control over us in life. And it bleeds out and it permeates everything else in life. But the more you can begin to overcome one fear, something small, the more manageable it is to overcome other fears. And the better you get at it. It's like anything else. You build the skill of overcoming it. So if you find that fear really holds you back, recognize that it's happening within yourself. It's not happening outside of you. And I can remember one time I was flying, and I'm not a big fan of turbulence. I've gotten a lot better at it through this technique or this tactic that I'm telling you about. Turbulence used to really scare me. And one of the more recent flights I was on, we were experiencing some turbulence. And the fear was there, for sure. Like, I could feel it. Then I stopped, and I realized in the heat of this turbulence, this fear is happening inside of myself. It's the way I'm relating to this experience right now. It didn't mean that the turbulence went away. And it didn't even mean that my fear immediately went away. But that's the thing is, you can only be courageous if you're scared. A lot of us want to be brave or courageous, but we don't want to feel any fear. You can't be courageous if you're not scared. There's nothing to be courageous from. You have, in order to be brave or courageous about something, first you have to be scared. So it's not like the fear of what I was experiencing in that moment just all of a sudden went away. But I managed the thoughts around it. And the more I could breathe and be within my own body, not in my head. The head is where the fear is. And then it manifests in a racing heart and, certain somatic bodily feelings, physiological symptoms, if you will. But the more I could be in my body, ground myself through breath, and observe whatever thoughts were coming to my head, whatever discomfort, whatever anxiety, whatever it is, the more I could separate myself from those thoughts. And along with it, the fear. And I slowly began to regulate myself in that moment. Not entirely, but I had significantly more mastery in that moment. And I realized as well that it's those moments when we're scared that we actually have the opportunity to build this muscle. It's so easy to think about it, to think about, okay, I'm going to do that the next time or in the future or whatever. But the only time you have to actually practice this is when you are scared. It's like thinking, okay, next time when I'm in the gym, I'm going to lift heavy weights. I'm going to do something to push myself outside my comfort zone or raise the limit or whatever. And then you either don't ever go to the gym, or the next time you go to the gym, you just do the same thing. Nothing changes. You'll never get any stronger. You'll never improve your fitness. That can only be done in the heat of the moment. That's where all of the work is. The fear. Fear is, again, probably the biggest thing that holds us back in life. What are people going to think about me? What if I fail? I don't know. There's so many different fears. And they're illusions, just like that fog. So whenever you're experiencing that fear or that anxiety, realize that it's here. It's not out there. It's the way that we are relating to what's out there. It's the story that we are creating about what's happening outside of us. And in realizing the story, it loses its power over you because you're not as identified with it anymore. You don't see it as you. Whereas if we see the story as reality, of course we're going to be scared. You know, the body and the brain doesn't know a difference between the thought and the real experience. And so if we're thinking during the turbulence that, oh, we're going to die, I'm going to die, the plane's going to go down, and, you know, all of the scary things that, you know, your brain is conjuring up, of course, you're going to experience every symptom of fear that you can, that's possible, and it'll get worse. And then the worse it gets, it's like a snowball effect, the more it feeds into it. Yet, if you were driving in a car and you felt bumps on the road and stuff, and, you know, would you still feel scared? Maybe, maybe not. So it's all in the way that we relate to it. Understanding this, that the fear is happening within, has given me significant empowerment over my internal state and over what is actually driving the bus in my life. Is it the fear, or is it me? Is it consciousness? So practice this and know that the fear is showing you the way. Whatever you're running away from. We all have things that we avoid. We all have things that we put off, we procrastinate. And a lot of times it comes down to either fear or doubt or the way that we're thinking about that task. And it's usually the thing that we avoid that will help us, that will set us free and will lead us to the life that we actually want. I've seen it time and time again in my life. Moving into the fear liberates you. It sets you free. You're no longer in this mental prison anymore. That seems very real. And the more that we give into the fear, the more solid those bars of that prison become. But it's just an illusion, just like the fog. Moving into fear is one of the most expansive things that you can do in life. Because again, it's showing, your fear was not given to you by accident. The same way, you know, I strongly believe that we have a certain number of gifts and passions and strengths in life. And those things, if we follow them, will lead us to our most expansive, fulfilling, purposeful, successful, impactful life. Following your fear will do the same thing because your fears were not given to you by accident. It's the exact path to follow a lot of times to expand yourself and your life. And the funny thing is a lot of times what we're scared of and what our passions are sometimes linked. The thing that you're passionate about, the thing that your heart is calling out for you to go and do, is usually very scary. It's uncomfortable. It's challenging you and who you are, who you've been, who you see yourself to be. And in order to go down that path of following your passions or your strengths or whatever that looks like, you have to move into the fear, in order to do that, you have to let go of who you've been. It's a shedding. You have to let go of who you have been in order to become what you can be. It's like Lao Tzu's quote, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." This is a very similar thing. Fear is actually a gift, because you don't have to guess about what will help you grow. You don't have to read another book about it necessarily. You can think about, what are the things I've been putting off? What are the things I've been avoiding that deep down I feel like I feel called to do it, but I'm scared. And that now it's created this mountain in my mind that it's a big task to do. Whatever that is, go and do it, because it's not necessarily about the task. It's about the fear and the doubt and the mindset about the task that will set you free. But through awareness, through bringing awareness and self-observation to the fear and moving into it, you become someone new. So, remember, wherever your fear is, there your task is. On the other side of that is the person you want to be, is the life that you want to live, and is away from the mental prison that we create for ourselves. Remember, whatever you feed is going to grow. Whether you feed fear or whether you feed awareness, consciousness, courage. But you can only be courageous if you're scared. Being courageous or being brave isn't about never feeling fear. Just like being strong isn't about never feeling weak. In order to get stronger in life, you have to feel weak by lifting weights that push you to your limit. And in those moments, you feel weak. It's the same thing with life. The fear is the opportunity for you to become who you can be. So move into it, whatever it is. Whatever, doesn't have to be a massive thing either. Whatever small thing you're avoiding, whatever thing you're procrastinating on, whatever fear is controlling you, know that it's happening here. It's not happening outside of you. Move into it. Take one step and you'll realize that, man, this is just like fog. It's actually not that real at all. And breathe through it. Be in your body, not the mind. The mind is where it all is. Feel it and do it anyways, and you will set yourself free. So, hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.